Hello and welcome to episode 7 of the Altius Images Drone Positive podcast. I'm Todd Dudley and I'm the founder and director of Altius Images. As a drone pilot, the negative press that drones receive annoys me no end. This podcast is trying to change the negative public perception of our multi-rotored friends one positive story at a time. There are plenty of stories out there that show just how amazing drones can be, and I'll be bringing you one of these stories each week. So let's fly into some positivity and see just how amazing drones are. Today, we are back in the USA and travelling to Ohio for a story about drones and artificial intelligence teaming up to save lives. According to the American Transplant Foundation, there are 114,000 people in need of organ transplants in the US, and only 30% of these will receive their life-saving surgery this year. Unfortunately, that means that 20 people will die every single day as their time passes by, making the number of annual deaths greater than 40,000. What's really sad and frustrating about this is that this is not from a lack of available donated organs, but mainly from a cumbersome and complex transportation system to get those organs to the places they need to be. Quick spoiler alert, this is obviously where the drones come in. Now, a chap called Dr. Robert Fisher, who's the former director of transplant at Harvard Medical School, so he knows his stuff, explains that we have developed the premise that the lack of an organ donor logistical time-critical transport system accounts for more than half of the deaths from organs and recipients missing one another. Quite a wordy, relatively complicated sentence, as you'd maybe expect from someone from Harvard Medical School. But essentially what he's saying there is more than half the deaths that occur from patients not receiving their organs is actually because of the transport system in place that gets these organs to where they need to be. So clearly a very inefficient system in what's a very, very important space. Along the same lines, Beth Israel of Deaconess Medical Center says that a logistics transport system for organs, recipients and transplant teams, 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, with viable response times on an hour's notice, when minutes matter, simply does not exist. But hopefully this won't be a problem for too much longer. Aquiline Drones, a Connecticut-based drone company, are teaming up with VyrtX, VYRTX, who are an advanced logistics technology firm. And they are aiming to create an innovative and life-saving medical delivery service for human organs and tissues using drones. Dalton Pont, who is the CEO of VyrtX, had this to say: currently, there is a 25% discard rate for unused human organs because they cannot physically get into the hands of the transplant surgeons in time. When every second counts, UAVs, or drones, propose an ideal solution to move an organ quickly to where it needs to be, safely, securely, and medically sound. As a pioneer in optimizing organ transplant services, our goal at VyrtX is a near zero discard rate, and we are confident that Aquiline drones can help us achieve this objective. So they are aiming to eliminate the discard rate of these human organs and also ensure that they get to where they need to be in time so that they can save lives. For the full technical details of the partnership, check out the link in the description because it is a little bit wordy, so I'm not just going to list those details here, but please do follow that link and have a quick look. Now let's hear from Barry Alexander, who is the founder and CEO of Aquiline Drones. He said that we believe that this strategic partnership is a significant step in setting the gold standard in organ delivery services globally. He continued, this partnership also underscores Aquiline Drones' promise to safely integrate drones into society and help realise true benefits to humanity. In this case, saving countless lives. So these two companies are looking to work together to set the bar for organ delivery all over the world. Barry Alexander also went on to say that, and I quote, I am also of the belief that emergency response services should be the impetus for the establishment of unmanned aerial highways. So his view on these aerial highways is an interesting one, and he suggests that they should work in a similar way to how roads work on the ground, in that rather than a drone flying from somewhere and then back to where it's come from, actually it should just continue on to where it needs to go next. It'll be interesting to see if this pans out as true, but there's clearly lots of potential in this sector for that kind of use. Now, right at the start, we mentioned that we were in Ohio in America, and Dalton Pont notes that the state of Ohio is a natural starting point to pilot this new scheme because VyrtX are already working with Dayton's Air Force Research Laboratory, Ohio's UAS Center, and the Springfield Unmanned Aircraft Systems Center, as well as all 4 of Ohio's organ procurement organizations. So they already have fantastic relationships in the right places, and now teaming up with Aquiline Drones should be able to turn this into a reality. Together, they aim to develop an air corridor across the state that would facilitate the country's quickest transportation of organs. Now, clearly, if this air corridor or air highway is successful, then there will be plenty of other uses for it, but I think it's great that they're starting with organ transportation because it has the potential to save thousands and thousands of lives. Now, there is plenty more detail and information in the full story, so for that, please do check the link in the description. That wraps it up for this week. An amazing story, which is just getting going, really, so we'll try our best to stay up to date with it over the coming months. There will be more positive stories like this to come over the next few weeks, and we are delighted to announce that we are releasing a bonus interview episode on Wednesday. So be sure to check that out and to subscribe to make sure you never miss an episode. You can subscribe anywhere you get your podcasts. Please get in touch with us on social media. We are at Altius Images on Twitter and Instagram, and you can find us easy enough on Facebook, LinkedIn and YouTube. All of the links for our channels are below. We'd love to hear from you, so please do reach out. Thank you for listening, guys. Please subscribe to and share the podcast so that we can spread our positivity far and wide. We will see you on Wednesday for a bonus interview episode of the Drone Positive Podcast. But for now, fly safe, folks. Bye-bye.